Well-respected trainer Nazim Richardson runs this training camp for Shane Mosley, and he's preparing Shane for this most important moment in his career. This is nothing new for Nazim. Nazim, you are used to big fight atmospheres with Bernard and with Shane Mosley. Does this one differ in any way, shape, or form from previous ones?
This one brings me back in memory a lot to the Trinidad fight with Bernard Hogger, in that the one-sidedness, and that people really have written out my athlete be based on age, and having that whole support of Puerto Rico behind Trinidad, very similar to the support of the Philippines, But
that's a good analogy.
But it's not a new walk for us. So we have to walk this walk.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, this camp, you've been with Shane for a little bit now, and you've trained him in the latter stages of his career. You are used to doing that with Bernard, who's obviously a veteran fighter. How does that change what you do, if in any way?
The one thing you have to see is that athletes, as they get older, don't see themselves getting older, especially when they have the kind of mindsets. So a lot of times they don't want to accept the changes they have to take that are necessary. When you're 20 years old, you could feint and jump from halfway across the ring and hit a guy with a hook and still make him miss you with the hook. Yeah. As you get older, you got to double that jab, add a feint, 2 steps over. You got to do what's necessary to get to to cover the same amount of graphics in the ring. An athlete has to abide by that and come to understand that I have to block punches now. That my slip game is not what it used to be. As you get older, you see these things. If you've learned this sport, you can transition into that period. If you can reinvent yourself, as you remember with Ali coming up with the rope-a-dope, the legs aren't there, have to come up with something different. Yeah. If you can reinvent yourself, you can move on into the latter stages of the sport. The guys who can't, the guys who base everything on reflexes, when the reflexes are gone, they're gone.
That's a great comment. Now, what makes this stylistically a different fight than, say, the Mayweather fight?
You have 2 guys that have warrior spirits in them. I don't take anything away from Mayweather. Right. As a matter of fact, I actually said to the public several times, Mayweather, and I went through this before, again, dating back to Trinidad, sure. Mayweather, pound for pound, is the most talented fighter in the sport. Pacquiao, pound for pound, is the best fighter in the sport. I said this years ago when Roy, pound for pound, was the most talented in the sport, but Trinidad, pound for pound, was the best fighter in the sport. The warrior spirit is what completes when we talk about all-time greats and we compare ourselves to the all-time greats. You have to add the warrior spirit. You have to add Ali and them guys, even as boxers, showed that warrior courage in them. And that's what makes a fighter. Some fighters, Mayweather's an excellent tactician. Pacquiao has that warrior spirit. At some point in time, he's going to fight you.
And is that what makes Shane a special guy? I think that's part of the reason why fans respect and like him. He's a very skilled fighter, but they know he will give them every moment in terms of huge effort.
If Shane is injured and something goes wrong, he's still going to have a moment in the fight where the whole crowd is going to stand up. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Shane is you never ask for your money back from a Shane Mosley fight. Yeah, and the same with Pacquiao. So it's not for us to be arrogant, but we'd expect a great fight out of these 2 guys. Because both of these guys have always given us something to cheer for, so here we go again.
One X's and O's question. Obviously, Shane has a very good right hand, and it's a punch that Pacquiao's been hit with, but Shane is also powerful with the left hook. Both punches work against a southpaw. Which one do you see landing a little bit more for him?
Whatever one is available.
That's a fair statement.
The thing about Pacquiao is that Pacquiao has such a quirky, awkward, off-balance rhythm to him that for you to really say you're going to predict what you're going to hit him with, it doesn't make sense, because you're going to have to take what's offered and you're going to have to create things. You're going to have to force him off balance to get the shots that are necessary. And you got to take advantage of him because, like I said, he's going to jump around and move, and in the 8th round, he's going to be fighting like it's the 2nd round.
All right, well, Nazim, good luck to you and Shane in what is a big moment in his career.
The biggest moment at this point. Like I said, there's nothing bigger in boxing than Manny Pacquiao. So what we have to do is we have to try to solve that puzzle, which is the Manny Pacquiao show. And a lot of it is this whole scenario, this whole media frenzy, But I think we're prepared for it.
All right, Nazim Richardson, who has prepared a number of champions for moments just like this.